Welcome to our channel Money Minded Online, the podcast where we explore the best strategies, tools, and stories for making money online. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur, a seasoned hustler, or just curious about how to thrive in the digital economy, you're in the right place. Each week, we bring you actionable insights, inspiring interviews, and proven tactics to help you build wealth online. So sit back, take notes, and get ready to transform your future. Let's dive in.
Hey everyone. So, someone wrote in asking how Elon Musk's companies connect to all the new ways people are making money online. Honestly, I was kind of curious myself.
Yeah, it's a fascinating question.
Like, how do SpaceX and Tesla and Neuralink all tie into AI-powered income or crypto or even the metaverse?
Right. It's not immediately obvious.
And this listener wanted to know if they need to, become a rocket scientist to benefit from these trends. I reassured them they don't. BUT, we're going to take a deep dive today to see how all these pieces fit together.
Yeah, we're going to see some surprising connections for sure.
Definitely. So to get started, maybe you could give us a high-level overview of the key themes we're going to be exploring.
Sure thing. So one of the biggest takeaways is how Musk's ventures often kind of foreshadow broader shifts in how we work and earn. Take AI, for example.
Oh, yeah, everyone's talking about AI.
It's already changing how we create content, how we provide customer service, even how we find freelance gigs.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing. I was playing around with ChatGPT the other day for a blog post I'm writing, and I was shocked by how much it could do.
Exactly. And that's precisely the type of opportunity we're talking about. And Musk's early involvement with OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, shows he sees AI as way more than just cool tech. It's a potential game changer for how people generate income.
So we can use these tools, but what about making money from AI itself? Is that even possible without a PhD in computer science or something?
It totally is.
Really?
Think about something called AI prompt engineering. So basically it's crafting the perfect instructions to make AI tools like ChatGPT produce exactly what you need. It's a skill people are getting paid good money for right now, and it's just one example of how AI is creating new income streams.
Wow, that's wild. It's like Musk's companies are a roadmap to the future of work.
In a way, yeah.
But what about cryptocurrency? I know Musk's tweets have moved markets in the past, but is there really earning potential there, or is it all just hype?
Absolutely, there's earning potential. Remember when Musk tweeted about Dogecoin and its price went through the roof?
Oh yeah, everyone was talking about that.
That right there is a real-world example of how his influence impacts the crypto market. And that event alone provides some valuable lessons about volatility, speculation, and the importance of doing your research before investing.
Definitely. So it's not just about buying and selling Bitcoin anymore.
Not at all.
What are some other ways people are earning through crypto these days?
Well, there's staking, where you basically earn interest by holding certain cryptocurrencies. Then there's mining, which is more technical but can be profitable. But one of the most exciting areas is decentralized finance, or DeFi for short.
DeFi. Okay, I've heard that term thrown around, but I'll be honest, it sounds kind of intimidating.
I get that.
Can you break it down for us?
Sure. So imagine a financial system that's built on blockchain technology, cutting out those traditional banks. And in this system, you can lend, borrow, and earn interest in a totally decentralized way.
Oh, interesting.
Some platforms, like Eura and Compound, actually let you earn interest on your crypto holdings. And others, like Uniswap, make decentralized trading super easy.
So it's like the Wild West of finance, but with potential for big rewards if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, it can feel that way sometimes. And to be fair, the technology is still evolving, but that's part of what makes it so exciting. Early adopters have a real opportunity to shape this space and potentially reap some significant benefits. And this brings us to another interesting area, NFTs, which are changing how artists and creators make money from their work.
NFTs, yeah, they're everywhere. But full disclosure, I still don't totally get them.
Okay, so think of NFTs as digital certificates of ownership, all powered by blockchain. They can represent anything digital, from art and music to virtual real estate, and even, believe it or not, tweets. Musk himself sold an NFT of a song about NFTs. There's a whole thing.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, so this tech could really revolutionize how we think about ownership and value in the digital world. And it's already creating new income streams for all kinds of creators.
So is Musk, directly involved in the NFT space? Are there connections to his other companies?
Well, there aren't any direct applications in Tesla or SpaceX yet, at least not that we know of. But imagine the possibilities. Take Neuralink, for example, his brain-computer interface company. They could potentially use NFTs to represent unique digital experiences or even cognitive enhancements in the future.
Whoa.
And in the metaverse, NFTs are already being used to represent ownership of all kinds of virtual assets, from land and buildings to avatar wearables and digital art.
Whoa. Okay, now this is where it starts to feel like sci-fi. Like we're talking about owning pieces of a virtual world.
Exactly.
Crazy.
There are platforms like Sandbox and Decentraland, and they're early examples of metaverse worlds where you can buy and sell virtual land, develop it, and even host events.
It's a completely new economy, and people are already figuring out how to make money from it.
Absolutely.
So Musk isn't building rockets in the metaverse yet,
Not yet.
but it's definitely something to watch.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, it all ties back to this idea of decentralized ownership and control. It's a recurring theme in Musk's ventures and a lot of these emerging technologies.
This is blowing my mind a little bit. Okay, so we've covered AI, crypto, NFTs, even the metaverse. And somehow it all connects back to Elon Musk and the future of work. What's next on our list?
Well, let's bring it back down to earth a little bit and talk about how those traditional online businesses are evolving with all these new technologies, like e-commerce, for example.
Oh yeah, online shopping is huge already. But where does it go from here?
Well, think about AI-powered personalization. So instead of just getting those generic product recommendations, imagine an online store that uses AI to really understand your preferences. And then it tailors the entire shopping experience just for you. That kind of personalization can lead to way more sales and customer loyalty.
Wow. So it's like having a personal shopper, but it's powered by AI.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
And with data analytics, businesses can predict trends more accurately, manage their inventory more efficiently, and optimize their marketing campaigns for maximum impact.
It sounds like AI could really help those smaller businesses compete with the big guys in ways they couldn't before.
That's a really important point. Platforms like Shopify and Amazon FBA are making it easier than ever for entrepreneurs to start and scale their online businesses, and AI is really amplifying that trend. And then, of course, there's the world of digital content creation.
Oh, right. Like all those YouTubers and TikTokers and bloggers making a living online. How does Musk fit into that picture?
Well, his acquisition of Twitter was partly driven by his interest in empowering those creators and giving them more ways to monetize their work. He's talked about features like paid subscriptions and exclusive content, which is similar to what platforms like Substack and Patreon are already doing.
Yeah, it makes sense. So instead of relying just on ad revenue, creators can build those direct relationships with their audience and generate a more reliable, recurring income.
Exactly. And this whole trend of subscription-based income is actually going way beyond content creation. We're seeing it in software entertainment, even meal kits. It's all about creating those recurring revenue streams, which are appealing for businesses and individuals.
Okay, my brain is officially full, but in a good way. This is a lot to process.
I hear you. We've definitely covered a lot of ground. But I think the key takeaway here is that these seemingly disparate trends, AI, crypto, the metaverse, the evolution of online business models, they're all actually interconnected. And Musk's ventures give us some really valuable insights into where these trends might lead us.
So what's the next step for our listeners? How can they actually start exploring these income opportunities and figure out what's right for them?
That's the million-dollar question, and it's something we're going to delve into much deeper in part 2 of this deep dive.
Don't worry, everyone. We're not leaving you hanging. We'll be back soon with more practical tips and strategies to help you navigate this exciting world of tech-driven income. Welcome back, everyone. So last time we were talking about how Elon Musk's companies connect to all these new ways people are making money online. And honestly, it was a lot to take in.
It is. There's a lot going on in the world of tech these days.
Right. But the good news is you don't have to master every aspect of AI, crypto, or the metaverse to actually benefit from these trends.
That's very true.
So where do we even begin? Like, how do we go from feeling overwhelmed to feeling empowered?
That's a great question. I think it starts with a shift in perspective. Instead of looking at all this new tech as intimidating or out of reach, think of them as tools. Tools that can enhance your existing skills or maybe even open up entirely new avenues for you.
Yeah, I like that. Instead of fearing the unknown, embrace the potential.
Exactly. And remember, we're really just at the beginning of this whole technological revolution. There's a ton of room for growth and experimentation and innovation. And the early adopters, they often have an advantage because they're learning and adapting as the landscape evolves.
So it's not just about catching a wave, it's about maybe even shaping the future of work itself.
Absolutely. Think about your own experience with ChatGPT. You were using it for content creation, right?
Yeah, it really helped me brainstorm ideas and even write a few blog posts. I was actually surprised by how intuitive it was to use.
Sweet. That's a perfect example. Now think bigger. Could you use AI to automate tasks in your current job? Could you analyze data more efficiently? Could you even create new products or services that leverage AI technology?
You're making me think differently about my own skill set. I've always been a writer, but maybe I could combine that with AI knowledge to offer something truly unique.
There you go. That's the kind of creative thinking that's going to be so valuable in this new world. And don't forget, there are tons of free resources and online courses out there that could teach you more about AI and how to actually use it in practical ways.
That's good to know. Okay, so what about someone who's really interested in cryptocurrency and blockchain, but they're hesitant because of all the hype and the volatility? What advice would you give them?
My first piece of advice would be to focus on education. There's so much misinformation out there, so it's really crucial to separate the noise from the facts. Start by understanding the basics of blockchain technology and how different cryptocurrencies actually work.
Okay, that makes sense. Any suggestions on where to find reliable information?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There are a lot of reputable online courses and websites dedicated to cryptocurrency education. Some universities even offer blockchain and cryptocurrency courses these days. And you can always join online communities and forums to connect with other enthusiasts and learn from their experiences.
Yeah, community is so important, especially in a field that's constantly changing.
It really is. And once you have a good grasp on the fundamentals, then you can start exploring different ways to actually get involved. Investing is just one option. You could also look into blockchain development, DeFi, or even NFT creation, depending on your skills and interests.
So many possibilities. It sounds like there's a place for everyone in the crypto world.
I truly believe there is, but it's so important to approach it with a level head. Start small, never invest more than you can afford to lose, and don't let fear or greed drive your decisions.
That's solid advice. Okay, let's shift gears for a second and talk about the metaverse. It's such a fascinating concept, but it also feels a bit like the Wild West out there.
Yeah, it's true. The metaverse is definitely still in its infancy, which means there's a ton of room for innovation and experimentation. But it also means there's inherent risk and uncertainty.
So how can someone explore the metaverse without feeling completely overwhelmed or lost?
That's a great question. I think a good starting point is to simply immerse yourself in some of the existing metaverse platforms, like Sandbox or Decentraland, for example. Create an avatar, explore the environments, interact with other users, and just get a feel for what's possible.
So it's about experiencing it firsthand rather than just reading about it.
Exactly. You'll quickly figure out what excites you and where you might want to focus your attention. Maybe you'll be drawn to virtual real estate, or maybe you'll discover a passion for creating digital assets.
Speaking of virtual real estate, I've heard about people buying and selling virtual land in the metaverse. Is that like a legitimate investment?
Well, it's definitely a speculative investment, much like investing in any new asset class. Just like in the physical world, the value of virtual real estate is driven by location, scarcity, and demand.
So it's not just about buying any random plot of land in the metaverse. You need to actually do your research and choose wisely.
Exactly. You need to understand the factors that are driving value in the metaverse and be prepared for the inevitable volatility. But beyond virtual real estate, there are so many other ways to potentially make money in the metaverse.
Oh, like what?
Well, you could create and sell digital assets like clothing, furniture, or even entire virtual experiences. You could offer services like virtual event planning, interior design, or even tour guiding. The possibilities are literally endless.
It's amazing to think about all the new jobs and industries that are being created in the metaverse. It's like a whole new economy is emerging.
It really is. And while it might seem futuristic, it's happening right now. There are people out there building careers and generating income in the metaverse as we speak.
Wow, so it's not just for gamers anymore.
Not at all. The metaverse is attracting all sorts of people, from artists to entrepreneurs to educators and therapists. It's becoming a space for creativity, innovation, and collaboration.
Okay, I'm starting to see the potential. But let's bring it back to reality for a moment. What about those more traditional online businesses? Are they still relevant in this age of AI and the metaverse?
Of course they are. In fact, I'd argue that they're more relevant than ever. The key is to leverage these new technologies to enhance your business and stay ahead of the curve.
So if I have an online store, I should be thinking about how I can incorporate AI and data analytics to improve the customer experience.
Absolutely. You can use AI for things like personalized product recommendations, optimizing your pricing strategies, and even automating certain marketing tasks.
Makes sense. What about social media? It seems like every business needs a strong social media presence these days.
You're right, it's essential. Social media platforms are incredibly powerful tools for reaching your target audience and building brand awareness. And with the rise of social commerce, you can even sell products directly through your social media channels.
So it's not just about posting pretty pictures anymore.
Nope. It's about creating a strategic social media presence that drives sales and engagement.
Interesting. And you don't need a massive budget to be successful with social media marketing, right?
Right? There are so many free tools and resources available to help you get started.
Okay, this is starting to feel a lot more manageable. It's about taking things one step at a time, experimenting and learning as you go.
You got it. Don't be afraid to try new things, even if you're not exactly sure where they'll lead. The beauty of these emerging technologies is that they're constantly evolving, and there's always something new to learn.
So it's like we're all pioneers in this new digital landscape.
In a way, we are. And just like the pioneers of the past, the ones who are willing to explore, adapt, and innovate, they'll be the ones who thrive.
This has been incredibly insightful. We've talked about shifting our mindset, embracing lifelong learning, and experimenting with new tools and technologies. But how do we translate all of these ideas into concrete action?
That's the big question, isn't it? And it's something we're going to address head-on in the final part of our deep dive. We'll be sharing some practical tips, strategies, and resources to help you get started on your own tech-driven income journey.
Sounds like we have a lot more to unpack. Don't worry, listeners, we're not leaving you hanging. We'll be back soon with the final part of our deep dive into Elon Musk's ventures and the future of tech-driven income. Okay, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive. We've been exploring how Elon Musk's companies connect to all these emerging ways people are making money online.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey.
It has. But now let's get down to brass tacks. How can our listeners actually start generating income from all these trends we've been talking about?
That's the question everyone wants answered, right?
Exactly. So what are the first steps to turning all this knowledge into action?
Well, first things first. Success in any of these areas takes time and effort and a willingness to learn and adapt. There's no such thing as overnight wealth, no matter what you might see online.
Definitely. It's about building those skills, exploring your options, and being patient. You don't become a crypto millionaire or a metaverse mogul overnight.
Nope, it takes work. So let's break it down into some practical steps, starting with AI. If you're interested in content creation, start experimenting with tools like ChatGPT or Jasper. There are tons of online resources out there that can help you get started.
I've been playing around with ChatGPT, and it's amazing what it can do. I'm actually thinking about using it to help write my YouTube scripts.
There you go. That's a great idea. You can use it to generate blog post ideas, social media content, even marketing copy. It's so versatile.
Yeah, it's like having a brainstorming partner on steroids. But what if writing isn't your thing? Are there other ways to use AI to generate income?
Absolutely. If you're more tech savvy, you could look into AI development or machine learning. Those are skills that are in super high demand right now, and they can lead to some amazing careers.
Those sound pretty advanced. What about options for people who aren't programmers?
There are actually a lot of platforms out there that offer AI-powered tools for things like data analysis, customer service, or financial forecasting. You could even freelance or consult using those tools to provide value to businesses.
So even without actually building the AI yourself, you can still use it to enhance your skills and offer valuable services.
Exactly. Okay, now let's move on to cryptocurrency. If you're interested in investing, the first step is to do your research and choose a reputable exchange. And remember, only invest what you can afford to lose, and don't let your emotions control your decisions.
Yeah, I've heard some scary stories about people losing everything in crypto scams. It definitely seems like an area that requires a lot of caution.
Absolutely. Be wary of anything that sounds too good to be true, and always do your own research before investing.
So besides investing, how else can people get involved with crypto?
Well, if you're interested in the tech behind it, you could consider learning blockchain development. It's a booming field, and there's a huge demand for skilled developers.
That sounds interesting, but I'm not exactly a coding expert.
You don't have to be a coding whiz right away. There are plenty of resources out there to help you learn the fundamentals of blockchain, even without any prior programming experience. You might even discover you have a hidden talent for it.
Okay, I'm willing to give it a shot. Now, what about the metaverse? How do people actually start making money there?
Well, buying and selling virtual real estate is one popular option. Just like in the physical world, location is key. Look for properties in high-traffic areas or with good development potential.
It's like a digital land grab. But what if virtual real estate isn't your thing?
There are so many other options. You could create and sell digital assets like clothing, accessories, or even entire virtual experiences. You could offer services like virtual event planning, interior design, or even tour guiding.
It's like taking your real-world skills and transferring them to the metaverse. That's so cool.
The metaverse is really a blank canvas for creativity and entrepreneurship. And don't forget about those traditional online businesses we talked about, like e-commerce and content creation.
Right. We were talking about how they're being transformed by things like AI and social media marketing.
Exactly. If you have an online store, for instance, consider incorporating AI tools for things like personalization, pricing optimization, and marketing automation.
And if you're a content creator, focus on building your social media presence, engaging your audience, and exploring monetization options like subscriptions or merchandise.
That's it. It's all about staying ahead of the curve, experimenting, and constantly learning. This is about finding what resonates with your skills, your interests, and your goals.
That's a great point. There's no one-size-fits-all solution.
Nope, it's a journey, not a destination. There will be challenges along the way, but the rewards can be significant for those who embrace this evolving landscape.
Well, this whole deep dive has been incredibly eye-opening. I'm definitely feeling inspired to explore some of these opportunities myself.
That's awesome. Remember, even though some of these concepts might seem futuristic, there are real people out there already using them to generate income. Don't hesitate to jump in and experiment.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Elon Musk's ventures and the future of tech-driven income. We hope you feel energized and ready to explore these new frontiers.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
The future is what we make it. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for tuning into our channel Money Minded Online. If you found value in today's episode, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Share this episode with friends who are looking to make money online and join the community. Drop a comment below with your favorite tip or takeaway. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep hustling and making moves. See you in the next episode.